Welcome to Seeing Scarlet, y'all. Today we're having a party because we're Big 12 champs. We are super
We're
excited, super proud of this team. And of course, we're going to talk about your Texas Tech Red Raiders soccer team winning the Big 12,
they
undefeated
did.
on the season and in conference for the second year in a row. Didn't they? They went undefeated last year in conference. They just didn't win the thing. Fun facts. But they did it again, and now we're Big 12 champs. So let's celebrate and we'll talk about all the other sports going on. There's a lot of fun stuff happening this week. Basketball's getting underway. Football's on a bye week. All the things happening. Fun notes even on some softball recruits and
Yeah.
volleyball has a chance to get back on the winning side tomorrow night. So how we doing,
Yeah.
Sibby?
I know. I'm so hyped. Big 12 champions, the first time in program history. Y'all, this is it. Like, and if you haven't, go check out the video that Shelby put together of this team and the highlights of this season, because like that's where we're at. Like we did it. This is a huge accomplishment, but we know where we want to go. And I think that's what was said by Tom Stone in a really great way. He talked about like the Big 12 is Big 12, yeah, but our goals are here. Like we have so much more soccer to play, and that sounds like Tom Stone. We get it, whatever. But it's just a
Leadership.
really, I know,
We're Tom Stone stands over here.
yeah, we get it. We love Tom
Actually,
Stone.
shout out Tom Stone for people that are listening. I know we have a lot of new Texas Tech soccer fans around here,
Around
but
these
go back and
parts.
look at our history pre Tom Stone, what this man did with this program. And again, this is now the highest ranking in school history. They're number 5 as of today.
Let's
Definitely
go.
historic season happening. But there's been great seasons previous to this in soccer. It's just
Yeah.
been a couple of years, few years here, and he's even hinted at how good like the COVID year team could have been. Like they just
Oh
all this
yeah.
stuff. Like they've been down for 3 years, but there's been COVID really messed that up for them. So but they were really good before that, and he really took this program from nothing. Like
Yeah.
when I say like bottom barrel
Somebody said like bottom
embarrassment of
dwellers.
embarrassment
And
of
that's who we
soccer.
were.
Like,
We were
no,
just like,
sorry, that's a little harsh for previous players, but they were just overmatched in the Big 12, and it didn't have the facilities, nothing, and he built it. So build the man a statue, but yeah, that's what we love him for saying that because
it's
he's
so
like, yeah,
hard.
Big 12, awesome, we're excited about it, first one in school history, but we got bigger things to do here.
That's right. Yeah. So really, really cool to see that. And we'll talk about their game that they had to win to earn this title. And oh my God, dude, Big 12 champs. I can't get over it. Okay. Iowa State was who they had to beat. And I think you talked about it, Shelby, of like this was a game that this is the true what do you call them? The type of games that like a trap game.
Trap game, yeah, for sure. It was
Gosh,
not
like
an easy game. I don't even
it
know
was
if you
not
call it a
easy.
trap game because a trap game insinuates that you're looking past it. We were definitely not looking past this game because we
That's
knew we
true.
had to get 3 points out of it.
Okay.
But
I see the
Iowa State had to
definition.
get 3 points out of it to extend their season.
They
So
had so
like
much.
they were playing that was their last game if they didn't
Mhm.
beat us, and so they were scrapping. And then also, I mean, we talked about it. This team had a lot of pressure on them ever since. I don't know if they're feeling the pressure because they're
Yeah.
good at that and great. If not, I hope that's the case. But they had a lot of pressure on them since that TCU win because when they took sole control of the Big 12, um, with our schedule set up, tough teams still to play, but compared to who else the other teams that were behind you, you knew BYU was probably going to go undefeated, and you knew that if
Mhm.
you didn't get out of there with at least 2 wins and a draw, you're going to tie them or lose it altogether. So they've
Yeah.
really been playing postseason soccer in a way for 3 games now, which is a good test moving forward. It's not quite the same level because it's not win or go home yet, but it is at least a good preview of the Big 12 tournament next week in that type of postseason environment. So I was really proud of them. They did what they had to do in this game.
Yeah.
We'll go through some clips, but the first half they looked great. I mean, the combinations were slick as they always are. We were doing what we wanted to do. Showed the difference in talent between the teams. ISU's keeper, Iowa State's keeper, was ridiculous and kept them in it. But we kind of did what we wanted to outside of getting multiple goals in that first half.
Yeah. That keeper, Iowa State, hats off. She
I get
showed
it. I
up.
get it now.
Yeah.
She's been getting her and Sam have been
Her
trading off
recognition.
freshmen of the of the week awards all season in the Big 12, and I get it now. I see it.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And game recognizes game.
Yeah.
And she shot down so many of our attempts, which that just doesn't happen. That doesn't happen to this team with Ashley and Alex in those striking positions. They're so threatening. And Shelby and I talk about it when we're texting each other just as much as we're tweeting and like Instagramming. And so we're having like we're in a whole other universe there. But it was a tough game to get through, and they did it. And we had some really cool shots from, I want to say unlikely, but they're likely attempts from some defenders that like their names aren't unfamiliar with actually completing these shots. And the first one with Cassie Taylor, oh my
just
goodness.
Below
yeah, girl.
Taylor.
Like
look at this. I mean,
look at where she is.
And a shot that was beautifully purposed and hit the crossbar just below.
From our center back, y'all.
Avery
I
Gillihan.
mean, she used to be a midfielder, but
on
bazooka.
to be able to
Like that would have been a top 5 goal in the
out.
season.
What a beautiful shot
Hits the
right at the crossbar, but had it covered.
It gets better with time.
Like,
it gets better with time.
I was just like,
any kind of attack
Cassie.
there in
When
the
I saw that, I was
6-yard
like,
box.
Cassie,
Who gave you permission?
what are we doing out here? But they were leaving that space open all
They
game
were
because we'll
leaving-
show another one
No.
later, and Hannah does the same thing.
And a
but-
shot
And you
that
know
was
what?
beautifully purposed.
With this too, you can see in this replay when Cassie's bringing it up that the defender is flat-footed, as in like, I'm not gonna run out and get you because I know you're not gonna do it. And Cassie says bet and launches that beautiful ball that like the crossbar was the defender there. And that
Yeah.
has so much to say about the power of Cassie Taylor. And it's so cool that we're now getting to talk about her in an offensive way.
Yeah, she clearly has that in her. I
Boom.
mean, I feel like there's a lot of tricks in the bag for this team that we haven't had to see this year because
Yeah.
everything we want to do just keeps working. I'm not saying we're scoring 7 goals all the time, but
Bummer.
we're getting the chances. You know what I mean? Like we need to finish some more of them, sure. But sometimes you come against good keepers and it happens. We get the win. It doesn't matter. But everybody we played. What we do works. Like
I
running
know.
down the side. There hasn't been anyone that's truly stopped that. So they haven't had to do stuff like that. But Cassie came up against UCF last week, had a shot. It was much closer. It was in the box, but she's starting to sneak up.
Maybe this is too close. She was too close. She was like, I know I should
she
be
has
back.
2 shots on the season now, and they were both in the last week. She's getting goofy out there. And speaking of silly goofy moods, our other center back, that's what we're talking about. Like what's going on? Hannah and Cassie just sitting back there like they probably had a bet. Who could make one from farther?
Say less. And Hannah Anderson, no stranger.
Same spot. Literally the same spot.
What is with
Anderson,
that place?
and again,
Wait, I know what it is, Shelby. It's
what?
you know the
Teams are just
Buffalo
building.
Wild Wings button on their commercials that like the sprinkler head would come up and it would cause overtime, so they would have to stay at Buffalo Wild Wings longer. That's
Yes.
what that spot is. It's Buffalo
Okay.
Wild Wings.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm here for that.
Well, I'm just saying that we're
She found
gonna make
it,
$1 million now.
I don't
That's
know if
the
that's in the
same
scouting
spot.
report. I don't know what, or if they were just like all week in practice, like, man, my leg's feeling fresh. Watch me. We're gonna do this in the game. And I'm sure it had to be part of the game plan that they both did it from the same spot. But if they had made either of those, I would have been wild
Top
on
10.
Twitter. So great, but it's gonna happen. Like that's
Yeah. And
like
this is
those weren't flukes. Like they've shown it, and Hannah's almost made a few of those exact type of shots she did against Baylor, and that was the first time we saw it from Cassie this year. But she's capable. She's scored in the past. Now she just plays back there. So
away. It's so
it's
cool.
good. And that also shows how good this keeper was again, because on the Cassie one, I think if Cassie's was lower, it would have been blocked still. And this one might have been blocked as well if it was lower anyway. But
yeah, you're right.
To be on it that way, we were just taking shots from everywhere all night. So it was fun.
Yeah, she definitely showed up, and what a brilliant effort from Hannah Anderson, knowing what's at stake with this game, right? Like the first program team history regular season Big 12 winner. That's something new to this program, and for Hannah to be, this senior, this captain, this leader on the team, these shots make sense because she has shown up in this way of what when her team needs her to. And I love seeing that attempt, and it's just so cool knowing what's at the end of this game. That comes from Hannah Anderson. So just a general,
she's back for more later.
General Hannah Anderson appreciation forever type thing. So
yep. Yeah, I guess we're just moving to the goal now. The good stuff. This is the goal. And speaking of appreciation, the more you watch this goal, the better it gets.
Yes, goal. We say that about every clip.
And pardon the terrible camera angle. We can't do anything about it. It was like watching ants all night. Bless them. But
I know. I'm like getting so.
That was Kerr over to Elise Anderson.
This is right back.
Ashley Williams.
And it's a goal.
Oh, right on the near post.
Like, I just love all the people involved in that. Give Kerr an assist. Give Elise, who has been playing
Elise
out
Anderson.
of her mind. She said, opportunity? Let me take a baseball bat to that. Yeah, put me in the game. Let's go.
Yeah.
That is 3 assists and 3 starts. She could have had 3 assists alone in the UCF game if we finished a couple of easy ones for her. But she has 1 assist in every start now that she has started since entering the lineup. And that's 6 on the year now because she was getting assists anyway before that off the bench.
Attention NWSL. Did you hear that stat? Like Elise Anderson, a senior on this team who's had to step up in a way of that absence of Macy Blackburn. Like she's putting in a lot of minutes instead of being in that game changer role. She's just had a different pressure on her, right?
Gaming.
It's like instead, of it coming in and changing the dynamic, she's now having to show up with that. And that just shows her brilliance with the game in the mental aspect of it. Like we talk about this team's mental game time and time again, and it just shows. Like Elise Anderson knew she had to step up for this team, and this assist is so great. Like it's her power, it's her speed, it's her precision to get that ball to Ashley Williams. Just a little love tap into the back of the net. Like,
no, I mean, let's talk about Ashley Williams because you can kind of see her on the replay that she's far away. Like Erica says, our champion ants. It was like watching ants. It's a good thing that we've watched this team every game this year, so we like know where people are supposed to be. Because I think the announcer even says Hannah Anderson on this call. Like we were like, that can't be Hannah Anderson. But
maybe Shelby. It could
honestly, Hannah can do no wrong. She can be everywhere on the field at one time. So what am I saying?
We would be like, huh?
I literally was like, oh my God, Hannah just had that assist, and you're like, no, there's no way. And I was like, you're right, it's probably Elise. But anyway, so. Kerr got that over. Great pass from her to Elise. And then Ashley Williams. This girl, I think they're going to show a replay. Don't quote me on this. Where's the replay?
We would hope so.
What, like back flicks it into the net to win the Big 12.
She did. Dude, she did. She did it.
She's like, I'm just going to redirect this. No big deal. Thank you, Elise. Put this in the back of the net. And we talked about how good this keeper was all game. She didn't even move. Didn't move a muscle.
Not
watch this. She's just like
not a touch of the ball.
That sucks.
Directly to the back of the net.
Bloop. Ball right past me.
And
there was like a foot of space.
But honestly, like you don't see strikers going for that angle, and maybe it was just the direction of the ball, but Ashley Williams knows what's up. Like that's why she was able to put it in that. It had to be that narrow of a tunnel, but she made it happen where the keeper was anticipating a wider approach, which maybe she would have gotten to because we had seen this keeper make those type of plays this whole game. So Ashley Williams continuing to be that persistence. I mean, like that's a highlight.
Goals on the year.
I mean,
I think she's at maybe like 30 points or something on the year. She's chasing some all-time records by an all-time great in Jeannie and Becky. And I know that that's not on Ashley's mind. She didn't care about all that stuff. That's after season stuff, but we can care about it and we can hype it up. And she is lurking. She's lurking on that record.
She's knocking. That's what she does.
She's going to have a big postseason, and she's right there. And then I believe that is Alex Kerr. We don't talk a lot about her on the assist, but I think that's her 5th assist on the year.
Let's go,
which is more than she had in her entire career coming into her career.
She was born. She was
a goal scorer. And we knew she could do that. She's came over here and she's done everything. And then Ashley herself has 5 or 6 assists, and that's because they play with each other so well. And we've talked about that a lot. It's a really unique team from that perspective,
Really
and that's
cool.
why we're so good. Is we have both of them. The first time ever, we have 10 goal scorers on the team. And Kerr, bless her, man, she's missed some close ones. She's been unlucky here lately. And the keeper, didn't have this link, but she had another breakaway that the keeper made a great. She almost negged this keeper. It got 3/4 of the way through her legs, and she caught it with her ankles.
I think she,
she got it with her back legs. Otherwise she would have had another one. So, but she was moving. She was cooking people all game. You could tell that was a strategy of ours, and it's a good strategy. She can run. Run. She's like a gazelle out there, and she was running past everybody, and I can't wait to see her do it. It seems like we're trying new things. We're pulling out more tricks from that bag, and it's good to see, because I think that's been cool for this team is we played a lot of different styles in the Big 12, and that should prepare us well for the postseason as we head forward.
Yeah, not enough could be said about Alex Kerr. As y'all know, a transfer from Vanderbilt, a different conference, and adapting to Red Raider soccer and what Tom had in store. And it is such a beautiful combination of so many things. It's the players, it's this offense. Like, she's thriving as a Red Raider. So I know we have welcomed her so many times, but she has just been such an important and impactful player to this team. And to see her in her senior year and transferring, and so many cool connections too between Coach Tom Stone and her dad at Duke. Like, there's a lot of different layers to her experience that I would love to know one day, Alex. So I think it was just
love to have Alex on here. Maybe
it would be so cool. Like, it's just such a really special. I mean, this whole team is, but this is also a really special career to be witnessing with Alex Kerr and what she's doing. She's really, really impressive, on top of like completely changing environments, y'all. Like,
she's doing the big dinner last year. And speaking of changing environments, it's about a little over 4 weeks away, but how cool of a story would it be? Cool of a story would it be if the girl from North Carolina gets to come back to a state that I'm just going to assume that maybe these schools over here in the ACC didn't recruit her. She's from Chapel Hill. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just going to make the assumption for her. They slept on her. How cool would it be if she gets to match up against one of those teams in the postseason and beat them? Even better if we get to make it all the way here and have a dream season, but I don't even care. It's already been a great season, but you know that would be tasty. So just for the sports story, I'm looking forward to that in the postseason. But before we get to that talk, in a minute, we will pass along a message from Captain Hannah Anderson. We talked with her after the game, or got her to send over a message for you guys as fans. But first, you get to see what this captain did to win us this game. Yeah, we won the game, y'all. But Iowa State, bless them, did pretty much nothing all half until the last 5 minutes. And then it was just terror. They brought the keeper up, all these things. And it was so fitting that
Service,
who
one
else
more chance.
but Hannah Anderson right here.
One goes
heads
right
it
in.
Huge.
What an effort.
And then keeper
Gillihan
And
almost chipped it.
Service, one more.
This header is just what she does. That was a dangerous ball. Dangerous ball. And then this was just this.
Wait, did the keeper kick?
Yes, that was the keeper that had come up. And she almost, I mean, that's what you love from Madison, was focused to the end. Like, she could have been celebrating already, walking forward.
Yeah, you're right.
Chipped right over her head.
And you wouldn't expect.
Like, nah, I got it, because she can get up there and jump. That would have been in the goal. That was in the goal if she didn't stay focused and bring that down. She bobbles it in any way. It could have been tragic. But who else do you want in those moments but Hannah Anderson and Madison White?
Who else do you count on?
That dynamic duo who's been together for 5 years.
Our gals. We love you.
For 5 years. And they get to celebrate a Big 12 championship here on the field together with their teammates. Such a special moment. First time ever in school history. When the regular season, we have won the Big 12 tournament before, but not the regular season.
Raiders who have finished.
Kylie. I didn't know that. Just getting on someone's back there.
Wow.
But also a fun story I learned. I was not there to confirm. I'll turn the sound off. I was not there to confirm this story, but I heard a fun story. someone shared with me about Madison White in this moment, which I'm going to believe that it's true from what we know of Madison White. Supposedly, you don't see her celebrating with her teammates right here. That's because she's back there telling all the Iowa State players, good game, good game, good game. Supposedly, she comes up after she finishes doing that to talk to our team and says, hey, go tell them good game. We can celebrate after. That's what we love about Madison White. So shout out Madison.
Yeah.
Leader to the end.
Truly. And I love what you said about her having to stay ready. Like, that's Madison White.
Always ready.
She's always ready. And we talked about this in her interview. And I think what's really unique with goalkeepers and why that position is so important is like Madison White has had her success the way that she has because she's always been ready. Her first game ever as a Red Raider was she was thrown into the literal fire and came out on top and had the most amazing start that you could ask for in that position, and that's what she continues to do. That girl stays ready, and I love that you highlighted that. That is such a
I highlighted it because your girl was freaking out when it happened.
Yeah, we were all
and not well. Were celebrating,
but
I was like, did anybody else just see that girl almost make that shot? If anyone else love Madison White. Thank you, Madison and Hannah.
Cradling it
for that. She's just like on the ground, probably like,
dude, like truly, like
there's a shot of her and Blair Quinn, which we'll get to in a second, who had a nice tweet about Madison after in the celebration. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's this moment because you can just see Madison like shaking her head, like looking at him, like, and I'm assuming he's just telling her like, good job on that because it was crazy. So.
I love it. Yeah.
Got it done. Speaking of Blair Quinn, who's the goalkeeper coach, great. We did a whole story about that back in the summer if you want to go listen to it, but he has a lot of lineage to it, and he came over this year and he had a nice tweet about Madison today that we're going to share because if the Big 12's listening, what are we doing? Why was she not preseason all Big 12? Cool. She better be all Big 12 now because he says, in case it wasn't clear before, Madison White is the best goalkeeper in the Big 12. These are her conference stats only. She's 8-0-2, the most wins in the conference, 7 shutouts in conference, most in the conference, 4 goals against, fewest in the conference, 0.400 goals against average, best in the conference, 0.895 save percentage, best in the conference. Just put it in pen.
Do you need another stat? Do you need another stat? We could have it. We could find it. We could find the better stat that you need if
there was a clutch performer stat, has that on the road against BYU, against ECU,
the most advanced mental game of all time. We got that stat. Like which other one do you want? Like this is
the
absurd.
Audacity. To be fair, they put the girl from West Virginia who was the goalkeeper of the year last year.
Yeah,
I get it, but.
We're saying we have new information now, y'all.
Madison White is her. She's always been her.
Yeah.
Now we're just doing it. So
truly,
and she will be on that list. There will be quite a few Red Raiders on that list, no doubt.
That's so cool, and I love the celebration. I think they've had a lot of times to celebrate each other because of all of these program records they're breaking and history that they're all making. So that being the last clip of their.
We have this we'd like to watch celebration. Just listen to this whole thing. It's great. All their reaction. Shout out the Texas Tech University for sending the content team. Give us a ring. Everything runs through Lubbock. Love it. Give me that shirt. How do I get a shirt?
The drip.
I won't get on my mic,
Macy. Did you see the tortillas at the very end? They had a couple at the very end. So like the tortillas were there. Like what a special moment, and shout out to the people that are capturing these moments. It's so cool to see their perspective, to see them. Macy, girl, you're like halfway through this pack right now. Are you?
Are we
Are you
positive?
sure?
We can't
Do you
be sure
want to?
No. I trust if she can get out there, she'd be out there now.
Oh, I know, we know.
Maybe
but
like on a PK opportunity, we get PK
like,
battle, come off the bench.
I know. I mean, but like Macy is like that's a great point because she's been in this. She's been part of this.
She's totally
this
part
journey,
of this. I mean,
and
all but 3 games, and
I know
we would not be Big 12 champions if Macy Blackburn was not on this team.
I love that she's been able to like go and experience this with her team. So like, and Macy Blackburn.
Yeah, it was really cool to see her out there celebrating. I'm glad she's able to travel and able to do that stuff. So happy for her, and she's also a really good leader, which has been spoken on by us, but also the team. And I'm sure she helps out there on the sidelines as kind of another coach. So we love it.
Yeah. Love to see it. Oh, dang. This is so good, dude. Like we have had these moments all throughout the season, and I don't want to think about the end of it, but like I can't wait to also reflect back on how impressive they've been this season and what they have done already. And we still have so much more soccer to play. So they play next on October 30th, Monday at 2 p.m. in Round Rock. So that's close to a lot of Red Raiders.
Your girl might just be there.
Shelby, if y'all see Shelby, y'all go up to her and say like, "Hey, thank you for completely."
I'm going to be in Texas. I'm
doing
magically going to get to the World Series, so I'm going to be there, and I made my trip so I can hopefully. My timing's tight with my flights, but if the schedule holds, is what the Big 12 has it now, I should be able to go. So I'm hyped for that. Before we get into that, we did get a message from Hannah Anderson to the fans. We asked her just to say something to the fans after everything y'all have been supporting them. She says, "Thank you, Red Raider Nation, for supporting us. We have the best fans in the nation. We are thankful to bring home the trophy back to Lubbock. Wreckham, on to the next."
What's next? Hey. Yo, I love that. Yo, so that like brings me to a great point before we even like get to what's next. But they came back home and people were invited to go greet them at the airport. So I was really honored and like lucky to go. And Shelby, dude, I wish I could just have you right next to me to drag you to these things. I wouldn't have to drag you. That was dumb. Anyway,
obviously I'd be there, but
you would be
I'm
there.
glad you got to go there. I'm glad everybody went out and supported them. They deserve it so much. So it's cool to see everyone. I'm glad the school went all out for them and did all the confetti and all of it. It was really cool, and I'm glad they got to celebrate and live in the moment for a little bit, because as good as this team is at saying what's next, like sometimes you worry like,
wait,
celebrate the moment, you deserve it. So it feels like maybe they did celebrate the moment a little bit, which I love for them.
They'll
get refocused here in the next day and get back at practice and all that. But it was cool to see them get to live up the work that they've done.
It was really cool. And I brought the poster that I had of like their full season. I was like, this is what y'all did. And I'm like reflecting and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, dude, they are undefeated against this crazy tough schedule. Like we had BYU and who back to back?
TCU. Two toughest teams.
God.
The two next teams next to you in the standings back to back.
We were at Austin. We were at UT. Like this schedule, we will talk about this forever. Like this is so impressive and such an accomplishment.
Until they do it again next year, but I mean, yeah, forever. I'm kidding. No, it's really special what they did here. Really a lot of great, awesome stuff has happened this year. Go back and watch the games if you're new to the team. They're there. ESPN Plus it. If you need recommendations on which ones to watch, we got you. Obviously, just ask us. I give you all the reasons for different reasons to watch each one. So it's been great, and it's not over yet, y'all. Like Sibby said, the Big 12 tournament starts on the 28th. We have a bye because we are the number 1 seed. Even though we were picked to finish 5th, we're the number 1 seed. And so we get a bye in the first round. And we will take on either Cincinnati or Baylor, who we obviously beat both of those since we were undefeated. But we had Baylor on the road. We won 2-0. We had Cincinnati at home and won 3-0. None of that matters. Both will be coming in hungry because both of them probably need to win the Big 12 tournament to get into the NCAA tournament. So this is a winner go home situation for them, similar to what we did with Iowa State. We'll see. I'm interested to see how we play it. I assume we'll play to win. I mean, we're always play to win, but you never know if we're going to like let other people get some run, maybe to help get some sub situations figured out and all that with the injuries. So I don't know, but I think we'll do what we do. It's at 2 p.m. on Monday. in Round Rock. Great facility. So get out there and support them. And if you're going, let me know, because I'm 90% sure I'll be there. And as long as the weather holds, you never know in Texas. So that's my only concern, is if the weather gets the games pushed back or something. But because I'm on a very tight schedule with my flight leaving that night. But I'm going to be there if everything holds.
I love it. I hope people go and talk to you and say hi, but I hope even more so that we come out with some victories.
You can say hi if you want to. I don't care. Go to the game and support the
team. Do what you want to do.
But
it's been cool to see the support. So if you're around, be sure to stop by. And also with Erica in the comments, I see your girl. I see you. The high riders being such a consistent crowd that shows up, and they were there at the airport as well. And I didn't talk to Raider Red, but I talked to somebody that was with Raider Red.
Yeah.
I no, that's like the truth. The hype, the mascot to the mascot. And they were talking about how it was a quick notice, and because like planes and a delay in the flight and all of this different things that happen. So the support.
What a way to bring you back down to earth. When the Big 12 have a commercial flight and a delay at the airport.
Here's all this
they were
stuff.
vibing. They were probably having fun at the airport. So.
Yeah, but it's really cool to see the high riders showing up. They consistently do. So always excited to see what y'all.
Yeah, I hope they got to ring the bells last night. So, and you hope you get to ring them again on Monday. And then after that, we don't know the dates yet, but prepare yourself if you live in or near Lubbock or anywhere else in the country to be in Lubbock on Veterans Day weekend. That will be the first round. We will either have a Friday game, a Saturday game, or a Sunday game. The selection show will be on November 6th. So that's another reason to go ahead and show out in the Big 12 tournament. Keep your place in that top 5, whatever. You can have home game after home game, and that'd be really big for us. That's all I'm going to say. So that would be fun. So plan ahead to be in Lubbock. It will be at some point that weekend. We just don't know what day until the selection show on November 6th.
But we'll let y'all know. Twitter, Instagram, go follow us if y'all don't. Subscribe if you don't. We never tell people to subscribe. Maybe we should start telling people. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want. We don't care. Follow the teams. Yay,
follow
soccer,
the teams. Like the
basketball.
teams. Leave us out of it.
We're in this for them. If you want to follow us, that's cool.
Y'all know who we are, so there's no disclaimers here. Anyway, so where do you want to move on to next, Shelby?
Yeah, let's move into some exciting news otherwise than soccer, right? There's other things happening in the world.
Oh yeah, do we need to?
It's a very singular focus, but what?
Did you want to say anything else about soccer? Did I move on too quick from soccer? I know you're.
I think we did. We did okay. Well. There was only one game, and we spent 30 minutes on it. Listen, we could talk about it forever, but we have other sports to cover, and we might as well use this opportunity to do that when they don't have 2 games to cover. So shout out everyone, players of the match. I thought Jillian Martinez. We didn't talk about her. We talked about her on Twitter. Jillian Martinez, Anderson, and obviously Ashley Williams showed out in Madison. All the usuals, but Jillian was maybe one that people don't know the name as much.
Good point.
That's, I guess, my final thoughts. But if you have something else to say, the floor is yours. Never going to stop you from talking about soccer.
I love it because you made that comment like, wow, like spending an hour talking about soccer. So I'm like, wait, what about the other 30 minutes? But no, Jill Martinez. Oh my gosh. Jill is it's so clear how good she is. Like she really showed up in this match in a variety of ways in the midfield. I think she got a shot too.
She had one just deep her
in the way that she does it. Her signature. Oh my gosh. Players have like signature celebrations. She has a signature shot, and it's anywhere outside the box.
Really anywhere. I don't know if I've ever seen her take a shot
mostly in the middle.
The
she's usually in the middle, so like middle outside the box. If Jill is not guarded,
good luck.
Yeah, done.
Even if she is guarded, she'll hack at them and still get them through there sometimes. So
I love that highlight. I love that highlight. But yeah,
she just feels like someone gonna have a fun one in the postseason. I think put it in the book. We have our book's getting long.
Our book is getting pretty, like Harry Potter blank, but it's all true. So it is what it is. But yeah. Anyway,
number 5, Texas Tech soccer. Celebrate them. If you haven't been watching, I'm I have nothing else to tell you. Like, I don't know what else we could say at this point. They literally just won the conference, so we're just missing out. Like, we've tried how many times to tell you this was a special team. We weren't wrong, but there's still time left to get on the bandwagon and join them for the postseason. So let's enjoy it. Go hype them up. Let them know that they are Big 12 champs.
Yo, they're the champs. Hannah told me that the trophy is really heavy. In case y'all were wondering, y'all,
Hey, Hannah,
I wasn't surprised because she was like just carrying it like it was a marshmallow because it's Hannah Anderson, but she was like,
I wonder if she's like, guys, I know I'm the captain, but can someone, for the love of God, take the trophy?
Yeah. I don't know if she's ready to let that thing go. I think she was like, good luck. It's like the sword from the stone. It's the Big 12 trophy from Hannah Anderson.
I'd sleep with it. Like, at least put it on the pillow.
They did. If you also, Kylie Barr had it on her story that she tucked in the trophy.
It's very Kylie thing
nice.
to do.
Kylie's had some good content. Go follow Kylie Barr. She was really funny to follow.
Yep. All right.
But yeah.
Also, good content came out. Patrick Mahomes posted a little bit of a fun post on Twitter. It still hasn't been officially announced, but it's basically been announced that Texas Tech will be shifting to Adidas in July of 2024. So this coming summer. So this time next year, all of our players will be wearing Adidas. It sounds like that's what it sounds like. Sounds like that's what's happening. And that was a cool post, and I think that's good for sports. I'd be interested to get the soccer players' specific thoughts on that, but they probably can't talk about it. So I think it would probably be good. I know it's big for basketball. Basketball players just they're big on their shoes, and a lot of them would prefer Nike or Adidas. So it's good we're moving in the right direction. Yeah. And we'll see if he does his Mahomes brand on football. I have no idea, but that's the talk. So that was cool. One alum doing big things in football / branding. And the other one, Josh Young, have his jersey on. Oh, God, sorry, I'm really sore.
Prove it.
I kind of got in a wreck yesterday. Sorry, so I can't turn around. I'm a little stiff. Anyway, I'm wearing his jersey. Can y'all see it?
We trust you.
You believe me?
We trust you. I speak for chat. We trust you.
Yeah. So Josh Young, our guy, won the World Series. So another alum doing that, doing big things. As always out there, the pros. I know. Shelby, what? Sorry, Erica. I just dropped the bomb. Listen, guys, I legit could have died yesterday, but then I got to watch Texas Tech soccer instead, so it was a trade-off. It was a long day. That's all I'm gonna say. God is good. We're here, and I got to watch Texas Tech soccer win a championship. So I
need y'all to understand that Shelby is so good at her job and what she does for Seeing Scarlet to go through that experience and still hype up this soccer team in the way that he did. Like, dude, I was like,
I don't know. I think 10 years working in sports, you're just like, your life doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sports content.
Okay,
no.
We need to talk.
I'm kidding. No, I was fine. I did all the things. I was like, I even told you I might fall asleep during this game. You might have to take over. But of course, once it started, I was okay. I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. The person that was driving took a lot more of the brunt. I actually just came from their house. He's doing good. So he's good. But yeah, could have been bad, but it wasn't. Luckily, we were in a very large truck and we're okay. And the idiot that ran the red light is also okay, thankfully. Damn. They'll learn how to drive. But anyway, so that was my day yesterday.
Yeah,
Texas Soccer really brought it up. The Rangers cherry on top after that. So
such a special sports.
I'll be sore, but it's fine.
I can live with it. Dude, that's why like we can't keep talking about soccer because we could talk about them forever. But like the role that sports have played in this soccer team, and like we're gonna talk about here in a minute, volleyball, basketball, all of the sports that we've been talking about have like had
breaking news in the soccer front. Your girl, you met her. Riley Kuiper, the girl you met, the keeper, has committed to Texas Tech University. She just tweeted it. Oh! We've been joking that that's Sibby's first recruit. Obviously, it's not, but Sibby did get to talk to her when she was at the game, TCU game.
Let's go. She committed for real? What'd she say?
Riley, if you're listening, I know you listen to our shows because we see you liking it. We love the hype. She says,
what'd she say?
Give your dreams the commitment they deserve. Texas Tech University, so blessed to announce my verbal commitment to becoming a Red Raider. Thank you to everyone who has helped me achieve this dream of mine and helped me become the player and person I am today. Thank you, Texas Tech Soccer, for giving me this opportunity. I'll make y'all proud. All glory to God. Let's go. But she spelled it like all Louisianans do with the little, the Geaux. She's from Louisiana. She is a goalkeeper.
Did you see my joke? I did a
Mic
mic
drop?
drop. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted everybody, in case you were just listening, I just did a really funny joke where I just dropped the mic after that statement. What? Yes.
News
like,
bomb. We
come
love you,
be a-
Riley. Let's go.
Come be a
She's
part of this iconic goalkeeper university. Like,
yeah, she
that's what we
was
do.
I'm just reading her bio. I don't know, 2021 MPL national champion. Sounds
Let's
cool.
go.
All the things. I think she was down between us and Mississippi State. Big 12 wins. I mean, who doesn't want to come over here and follow in the foot? I mean, she'll be behind other people by the time she gets here because I think she's 2025-ish.
Okay.
I'm not sure on that, but yeah, I think she's 2025. But Madison White's doing what she does. Whoever's in line for the next one next year, gonna be doing what they do with Blair Quinn as the coach. So shout out Raleigh. We're hype.
Let's go.
Seeing Scarlett's first recruit.
What a cool experience. No, shut
we're
up.
kidding. We're kidding. Coaches, we're kidding. It's an inside joke.
We're gonna. I don't even know what we're breaking, but it seems like
it's not illegal.
Barriers. We're breaking barriers.
But yeah. So yeah,
that's hype.
We tried to stop talking about soccer, but Riley
I know.
So.
I could keep going on and on if we're gonna talk about like that and the impact that this team is having. But I know we have tons of time to talk about them. Let's move forward. Let's talk about volleyball and volleyball having a tough go against number 22 Houston. They lost 6 straight, and it's tough. And we're gonna talk about Shelby, you're going to talk a little bit about the first match, and I got to go see them in the second match, and I'm curious to see how we contrast here, or how we are in agreement. But what did you see from the first match against Houston?
I mean, we were hanging in there, right? We were right there. I don't remember the exact set scores, but it wasn't. I think maybe the second set, one of them was kind of a larger margin, but I think we were kind of there back and forth in the first set. It's just we played better at times. We just couldn't, consistently get past it. Houston's a really good team. They match up well with us too, the way they play. So Houston obviously has our leader in kills, digs, everything last year. Kennesaw on their team transferred there, so that's always fun. But there's something. Reese Rhodes has been great these last few matches. She's getting good all year, but she's really
such a steady.
These are the type of seasons where it's man, you feel for the seniors, right? You feel for everybody, but it's a lot easier for the younger ones to be okay, every day, just get better for the next day, and things.
There's a next day.
There's a next day, and for these seniors, we're coming up on not having any more next days, and that's really tough for them. So I appreciate when seniors are still going out there and showing out, leading the people behind them, and she seems like she's doing that alongside Merrick and Dugan and other seniors on the team. I'm probably forgetting, sorry, but they're doing their thing. So yeah, there's not much to say other than it's kind of more of the same. They played better. These last 2 matches with BYU and then this one, they've shown kind of a little bit more consistency. It's just the self errors and stuff just coming back to bite them. And then we played a really tough schedule. The Big 12 this year and volleyball might be the best conference in the Big 12. All of a sudden, everybody's ranked. I swear everybody's ranked.
Everybody's ranked.
We're finally playing a non-ranked team tomorrow. Bless us. But they played a tough schedule and they're fighting. But what did you see? You got to see them in person, so you got to do the vibe check in person.
Yeah, I mean, and the vibes are there, and we have talked about it in so many episodes. It's just the talent is there, and I got to my seat a little bit late, and I showed up, and we're hanging with Houston, and I'm like, that's what's up. They got this really tough first match. They're out 3-0 immediately against this really tough Houston team, and just having that, when I first entered the arena, I was like, all right, sweet. So I sat down, and we saw a lot of different lineups and combinations in this second match. So that can be a concern, but what is so cool about this team is the way that they adapt with each other and the power that and the strengths that different players bring, and just how does that all balance out? And I think that's what we saw where a couple of players here that I want to talk about that really thrived. And Madison Gilliland, I believe is the last name, how you say it. But Madison showed out in this, I think really the series against Houston, but in that second match, it was very clear how she was a threat offensively. She was doing great defensively. Really love seeing her. Brim Williams continuing to show up and do her thing along with Reagan. They are those, if they get heated up and they start cooking, it's like, love seeing that. So I saw a little bit of spurt of that. And then Simone Overbeck is a name.
Cool story.
Yeah, she's had such a cool story and a name that like is so impactful to, I think, the team and in this dynamic. And the way that she's been playing lately is so inspirational. It's so energizing, and it kind of like feeds off of the Reese Rhodes energy too, of like they're playing for this team. Yes, they're playing to win, but it also feels like they are playing for more than just themselves and like this team. And so I'm at this point where like I don't know what the rest of our schedule is going to look like, and it's going to continue to be tough. And I'm really loving seeing their improvement as individual players. And I'm loving to see how they support each other in each match, and like the hype that like Maddie brings every single time. And she's bringing that heat in that way, and a variety of ways. It's just, that's what I'm really loving to see from this team, is like, yeah, the growth that they're having.
Yeah.
And that's maybe like in the position.
At, really,
yeah. Right. That's where it starts.
The season's not over. Like we said, they've had a lot of really tough matchups, but they can get back on their winning train. Like it's mentally, like talent wise, they're better than the team they're playing tomorrow in Cincinnati, but it's on the road, never easy. And mentally they've lost some here, so they just got to buckle down and believe that they're better than them and show out tomorrow. So we're excited. They're going to get it done, get back on that winning train against Cincinnati. And then they also then host Baylor down the road on November 4th. So be there at that game. So I think they can finish the year strong. That's all you can do at this point. They haven't ever really. There's been a match here or there where they just got like, wasn't our day, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're in all these, and if they could just win a first set, win that first set, and things are going to change. So tomorrow's the day for that. Wednesday, watch them, keep supporting them. These are the times that fans need to be fans more than ever, right? Like that's what we should be there to do. So. Yeah. And just support them, enjoy what you can from the season, and there's definitely plenty of great things happening. They're not bad. They're not a bad team. They're just getting bad results at this point. So execution is the thing, scheme, whatever's going on. That's not for us to decide, but the talent is definitely there.
Yeah, the talent is so stacked, and it's when the plays work out where we get to see those talents really shine. You have no other choice but to be like so hype about it, because you can see the potential, and then and see what can work and the possibilities of these players. And talent is nowhere near where they're short on the list. It is really impressive to see, and I love going to the games because you'll get really cool cool koozies, so like do it, go to the games, get a koozie. How do you spell koozie, Shelby?
Koozie.
Is that the right way to do it?
That's how I would spell it, but I don't know. I never looked it up.
All right, we're asking nobody else because that's the right way now.
Okay,
we've decided. Anyway, so we'll see how that we can bounce back against Cincinnati tomorrow at 5, and then Baylor coming up on the 4th at home.
Let's do it, y'all. Volleyball, they're going to get that dub tomorrow. I'm excited to watch them. We'll be tweeting as always and sharing all the fun. So next week, hopefully we have plenty of fun winning clips to share from volleyball, as well as probably, we'll figure out that schedule. They might be playing soccer during our normal live show next week. We'll have to figure that one out. But yeah, we'll look at the schedule and figure out when we'll
breaking news constantly.
Breaking news
constantly
this time of year. Moving on to basketball, y'all. It's here at this point. We are here. The teams are actually playing another opponent. I won't call it a real game yet because it doesn't count. But both the men's. I need to stop using my hands. Sorry. Both the men's and the women's teams are playing exhibitions this weekend, and you can watch both of them in person, depending on where you live. I know the men's game confirmed is not going to be streamed, not going to be on radio. The women have not come out and said anything about it, the staff. I would assume it's the same. Usually exhibitions aren't streamed. Like, why are you just going to give away your scouting info for funsies? But It might be. Who knows? We'll start with the women. They are at noon in Lubbock at the USA on Saturday.
The USA.
Be there. I don't know that either of us. Obviously, I live in North Carolina. I won't be there. Sibby won't be there.
Yeah.
Man, I will be in Texas. Let me get a car and drive from Comanche. I just thought of that. We'll see. Probably not going to happen, guys. But it's about a 4-hour drive.
No, can I get one W? Let me get one W in the YouTube chat right now.
And Shelby does drive 4 hours.
And Shelby does it. Give me one W in the chat right now.
By noon, after being at the World Series the night before. I don't know.
I know Erica's got me. I know.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. But if you can't be there, we'll have our Sparkly Mike ambassador. Hopefully, speaking of Erica, maybe she can give us the vibes from the game. Everybody else go. It's great. It's for a good cause. I think tickets are like $5 or something. They're inexpensive. It goes towards the Maui Wildfires, and it's the first chance to see this really fun team. And it's the first chance. I think Ashley Chevalier said, like, let's set the tone. That's why you should come. Obviously, it's for a good cause, but it's set the tone for the fans and show like how we're going to support people. And you just got a W in the chat from somebody, so SOL me. But
Megan, I love you, Megan.
Yeah, so go to that game if you're in town. There's no reason not to. There's nothing else going on that weekend that I know of in Lubbock. Obviously, football's off. I would not be shocked at all to see the football team roll through some of them. So go out there, support them, and see if your first chance to see a really fun type of basketball. They're going to grow as players. They're going to get better as the season goes, but it's going to be a fun brand to watch for sure. So that's going on Saturday at noon. Let me say it again, noon on Saturday. Get your tickets, be there. They also seem to have had a closed scrimmage. Don't know the results, but they did have a closed scrimmage with SMU this past week. So they've kind of gotten their feel for playing with each other and playing against someone else, which should be good for Saturday.
Got and little Pete sweat.
Yeah, they got the sweat going, and they also had some cool team bonding stuff that we love. This team that stuff matters. It matters so much to be that we're seeing that with soccer.
It's different
when you have your close, and then you add in talent. Obviously, soccer has this elite level talent and senior leadership and all that stuff. We'll see with basketball. We believe it, but we'll see. But the team bonding's there. We love the pictures that they were drawing for each other. They're adorable. Go check them out if you haven't seen them.
Yeah, the vibes feel so right, and the interviews that we've had, and with speaking of Ashley, we have an interview with her, and she gives us such a profound outlook, just like Riley and like who we've been talking to about this team. And I love that they are painting photos of each other, and it's
adorable.
Like, it's an expression of like how they feel, in some way towards their teammates. And when you have that not even in the locker room, when you have that in life, and it bleeds into the locker room and onto the court, it's such I think a really important thing that's happening. And I love that we're getting to see it through social media, but that's Krista Gerlich creating the culture that she knows is successful, and this is her year to let's go, let her rip, Tater Chip. I cannot wait
put it on a shirt
for this team. I cannot wait for this season. Get your season tickets, y'all. What are we doing? I got nothing else to say. And
if you can't afford season tickets, reach out to us. We do have a season ticket holder that can go to some games but can't go to all of them, so he has donated the rest of his tickets, and we'll be giving those away. And
that is
basically just said we can help everybody. So if you're not someone that can typically afford to go to a lot of games or whatever it is, or someone you want to give them to, or you just want some free tickets, then reach out. We'll get you hooked up with all the games that this person's not using their tickets for. So there's really no excuse to not go outside of having work or life responsibilities.
How dare you have a life?
We can hook you up with tickets for some of the games this year if you need them. All right. Yeah. Also, like I said, the men are playing as well this weekend. It will not be streamed. It will not be on radio. If you would like to see it, you will have to watch it in person. You can do that at 4:30 p.m. in Denton, Texas, at the Super Pit. Is that the name of the Mean Greens? I have no idea what that is. It's the Super Pit. Is the name of the arena. That's the name of this arena.
If I heard Super Pit, I would hope that there was just an arena full of like the balls at like Chuck E. Cheese. And does anybody remember the Discovery Zone in Lubbock?
I'm not a Lubbockite.
I know, but you know what I'm talking about? Like a foam pit. I want the foam pit at the Super Pit. That's what that sounds like. Is it not that?
No, I think that's the name of the arena. And our coach
Unfortunate.
came from UNT, so I'm sure maybe they're playing there. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh.
but they're playing somewhere in Denton called the Super Pit at 4:30
That's awesome.
against number 15 in the nation, Texas A&M.
Yikes.
So I know we have a ton of alumni in Dallas area.
That is true.
Get out there on Sunday. I'm not going to drive to Dallas for that. I'm only 2 hours. I'm literally only 2 hours from Denton.
2 W's in the chat.
2 W's in the chat. And Shelby goes.
Imagine that I fly home, right? I will see my grandma at the World Series, and then get up at like 7 a.m. drive to Lubbock for the women's basketball game. Get home. Hi, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. Get up the next morning, drive to Denton for the men's basketball game. Get up the next day, go to the soccer game, and then fly home. And I'm like, I was home for the first time since Christmas, and I saw y'all for 2 minutes.
Shelby, are you even a Red Raider if you don't do that?
Oh, let me know.
If I'm feeling
better.
You were the most Red Raider.
Right now, y'all. I'm a little stiff right now driving long distances.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. My bad.
But
you are the Red Raiderist Raider. I know. So
wasn't born this way, but I'm here now.
I love it. Yeah, that's exciting to hear about basketball. Didn't know Texas A&M was that good, and an old rival for those who are new to this landscape of the Big 12 that we know today. I feel like that's going to be a hard thing for me to adjust to. Like, I'm always going to think of A&M as a rival, you know what I mean? But like thinking about the youths of this Red Raider nation is going to be like Texas A&M ? LOL. TTYL.
LOL.
See, it's you know what the kids say. Anyway, but yeah, really exciting to hear. And speaking of exciting, dude, softball, it feels like I keep turning around and I'm like, is the season starting tomorrow because of what has been going on Twitter? Tell us what's going on, dude.
We knew Coach Snyder was building a monster. We know that. They're getting a new field. If you haven't seen that, they're putting in a turf field out there. He'll keep the dust down, which for fans will be enjoyable, I'm sure.
Thank goodness.
And all that. And turf isn't that as big of an issue in softball like it is for other sports. Like they're not making a lot of cuts and stuff. So it's a good move. So that's great. But also he has some great recruits coming in. They're not this year, but he saw the transfers he's already brought in. We talked all about them. They're going to be fun to watch this year, but the future just gets better and better. And the extra inning elite rankings updated over this past week. And so all these recruits are putting out like, thank you for ranking me, whatever. And I'm like, that's a Texas Tech recruit. That's a Texas Tech. And I just kept seeing them. I'm like, what is happening? And so at least 3 of them are in the top like 20 now. And so we have Bailey Lindemuth. I'll learn how to say your name before you get here, I promise. Burleson, Texas. She's a utility player. She's a great pitcher, drop ball pitcher who throws into the mid to upper 60s. Like she's dominant on the mound, but she's also one of the most dangerous hitters in the class of 2024. Has 15 home runs this summer alone. Like she can hit, she can hit. That. It's gonna be a problem. She's ranked number 11 in the class of 2024 now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh no.
Like she's hitting these dingers, like she has all these home runs and she's about to join Texas Tech softball.
And she can pitch. We all know we need to add some depth there. And so I'm most excited about the pitching, but that sounds like she's one of the most dangerous hitters.
She's gonna have a really good time here.
Also in this class is Cassie Johnson, who is tied for 17th, ironically, with the player we're about to talk about, who's also a Texas Tech recruit. Tied for 17th in this ranking for the class of 2024. She is a catcher. We have a lot of those catcher, third baseman, but she sounds like she's a true catcher. I say this because she has a 1.75 pop time. If you don't know what that means, trust me, that is good. That's basically the time she catches it, pops up and throws it. Takes her 1.7 seconds to get from catching the ball to throwing it.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Wait, hold up. But they're like, I know they're crouched down.
Yes.
And so from her, like when the ball hits the mitt.
Pop. That's where I need to stop moving my arm. That's where that verbiage comes. I'm going to try to do it left-handed.
Do it left-handed. Yeah, southpaw.
And the pop up and throw pop time. That's where that comes from.
1.75
seconds.
Dude.
She sounds like she's a legit catcher. Not just like, it sounds like a lot of players in high school say they're catchers because they put athletes there. she sounds like she's that. But she can also play third base, which is a normal move for catchers. So she can play around. She can hit. Number 17 in the rankings. You'll be hearing a lot more. I'm sure we'll do like
for sure.
And signing day has to be coming up, which I hope
It
is
is.
soon.
Yeah.
So they can like put pen to paper because these players have been going up the ranks here. So we want them to get
be
signed.
Fun.
So we can do a whole episode on all of them. But Sam Lincoln is tied at 17 on that list. She's a pitcher. She's a stud pitcher. Has won all these awards. We've talked about her on the show before.
Yeah.
If you missed it, she was 17-1 this past season with 253 strikeouts. That's all I got on her. That's all you need to know. I don't really need to go any more in depth than that. That is ridiculous.
Sam.
So we got 2 really good pitchers coming in that class and a bunch of hitters, and this is only 3 of them. There's probably others on that list. These are the 3 that I saw pop up.
I love that.
But when we get to signing day, which should be legitimately in November, it's anytime now. We'll do a full breakdown on all of them.
I think I saw a post. Somebody was talking about signing day, so I know it's coming up quick.
Yeah.
So that'll be such an exciting day, and to see the pen on paper. I know that's really big, to a big commitment, and where the future of this program holds. But what a great empire so far for Coach Snyder. Y'all, we covered them a good chunk last season, and they are on the up. The momentum's there. So if you're here for soccer, just wait until softball season comes, because it's hype, and there's a lot to talk about with this team and what they're building and what they have momentum wise from last season. And it's exciting. They're lethal. They're building continuously, and these recruits are a great representation of that. And so this all makes sense.
Scary hours ahead.
It's spooky season, baby.
We're losing OU in Texas, but we talked about that those Pac-12 teams coming in.
Dude, yeah, we got our work cut out.
The history is there, but we have a chance to really kind of weasel our way up there and be the next thing. And we've talked about it many times. There is no reason in my mind that Texas Tech cannot become a softball power. It's set up the way the support is there. They got to get the stadium better, but they're working on it every day, and they got the coaching staff to do it. He's young, energized, and hungry, and he's bringing in the right people, and the players seem to love it. And we'll see. I'm excited to see how they do this year. Like, I'm not trying to put a lot of pressure on this season. It's like the hitting's there. They seem confident about their pitching. There was no word on how any of these scrimmages went. They had their fall ball games. They didn't put out scores, so I have no idea how they went. But fall ball really doesn't matter. I mean, case in point, if they had won all of them, I'd be like, yeah. But no, it really doesn't matter. Case in point, all the reports last year about Kaylee Wyckoff was she struggled in fall ball, and then she went off. So it's really a time to get better. It's like what we talked about with all the sports, is practice and make mistakes so you can get better. So I don't know. Maybe they demolished everybody. Maybe they didn't, but they didn't post any of the scores. So they're done with that, and then they'll start their season soon, and we'll start having some of them on for interviews as we get closer to the season. Don't worry.
Wow.
I already have some of them lined up.
Locked in. I know. So excited. Such a fun team to watch. So yeah, excited for softball. And then let's round this out with women's golf update.
Yeah. Shannon Tan just going off.
She
doing
continues.
What
she continues to thrive.
I don't really understand how the golf how the golf schedule.
You keep raising your hand. Yeah, stop existing.
How the golf schedule works, but they were at the Jim West Challenge over the weekend. Shannon Tan finished second individually in the whole thing, and then the team as well as a group finished second overall. So good showing for them. And she had her career low round at 64 per round, which is just really good, to put it lightly.
Yeah.
So go her, go golf. We love it. Maybe we can have you on for an interview in the spring.
Yeah.
Or before, we'll be in touch. For all y'all, anyone that wants to come on and chat, y'all are always welcome to.
Yeah, Shannon's season last year was like, oh, this is someone to pay attention to. She's been really showing out, and so seeing her names in these titles, winning second places, it's like, yeah, makes sense. I cannot wait to learn more about golf, and to be able to start seeing the progress that she has. And for people who don't know, like, the sport of golf, obviously the smaller the number, the better you are. And 64, dude, is if I did like my best shots ever and combine them, I would still be
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not.
I'm not even
so
touching
I'm
this.
not even gonna.
I'm not touching this. I'm saying like this is really impressive stuff that we're seeing from Shannon Tan and this team. It seems like they have a lot of connections to really being successful. So I'm excited to watch their future and see what that looks like, and we get to learn together about it.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we're gonna cover them as much as we are capable.
Oh,
but
we'll
most
figure
of
it
all,
out.
we're gonna find a way to get them on the show and let them tell their stories because that's how we cover teams the best. Is once we get to know them, we're like, okay, now we know.
All right, cool.
How to hype this person up. Properly.
We're like,
so
yeah. Do you ever watch Pimp My Ride? We're like, wow, we heard that you had this cool story. We're gonna never stop talking about you again.
Kylie Barr likes bagels, and
yes.
by God, before that girl graduates, I'm gonna get her a partnership with Einstein Bagels. It's gonna happen.
It
it's
is
gonna
Pimp
happen.
My Ride Scene Scarlet Edition. I'm here for it.
We'll figure it out for golf. We'll
Anybody know what Pimp My Ride is? Probably not.
I do. Yeah.
Anyway,
we're old, but all right, and lastly, obviously football had their game in BYU. They are off this week, so we don't have anything to talk about as far as a preview. There's not much we can say about that. Listen, we're not a podcast that's going to get on here and just harp on a team for 2 hours. That's just not our style. Obviously, things need to be worked on and changed, and that was an ugly game. Our defense played great. So let's start with the positives. They first drive, whatever, they gave up that score. Reminded me of the Houston game from the defense. A little bit shaky at times in the first half. They absolutely dominated at times in the second half and kept us in that game. We had every chance to come back and win it. And we just couldn't get it done. I mean, Jake Strong did his darndest, bless him. I mean, have to start your first career start in a tough environment there on the road. I just don't think he's quite ready, and that's not necessarily his fault. He's stepping up before he's ready because he has to. He's like, no, there's no one else to turn to, and he's trying out there. And you wish maybe they'd be in some better positions, but I don't even. I could talk about that. Like, people are complaining about the play calling, but I'm just like, what else do you want them to do? Like, they're trying to call the plays, and he's just not able to make the throws consistently yet where he's at. But he had some good moments, and we were right there. We almost came back, but we dominated the game outside of 5 turnovers. You're not going to beat anybody turning it over 5 times and not getting another one. So it is what it is. I think it's a little better focus, and I think this bye week you're going to learn a lot about the players. I think coming out of it, play the ones that are ready to go out there and play every play full. That would be my. I can handle watching losing. I can't handle watching when players quit on plays and stuff. So if they can clean that stuff up, I think they can definitely win some games. I think obviously we all wanted to win a championship. That's gone. Yeah, make it to a bowl. Build towards the future. The staff's here. There's a lot of really good freshmen they brought in. Maybe now's the time to start playing them because they won't lose their red shirt because you can play into up to 4 games without losing a red shirt. We're at that point in the season. Let some of them play and all that. So that's what I would say looking towards the future. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick that. There's nothing else to say about it. It was not a fun football game to watch. There was good moments to see, but there's a lot to clean up, and they'll do that. They got a bye week to do it. We won't. You can't lose on a bye week, but you can win on a bye week if that makes sense. So we're going to hopefully win this bye week.
I hear you. Yeah, like the mental game and knowing how many challenges that they have, and it's not even like you talked about, like play calling and things like that. It is what it is, and it's up to us to see.
And it's not even just the quarterback; like the injuries. All
it's so
over
much more.
Like,
it's so much.
They're up against a lot, and you wish some execution would be better, but you could say that about a lot of sports. We talked about that with volleyball as well. So it is what it is. They're all we can do is hope that they clean it up and then figure some things out. Sounds like Baron Morton will be back after the bye week, so that helps. That fixes a lot of issues. I think that'll help. Go on a run, and if you win the last 4 games, that means you beat Texas in Austin, and I guarantee the season looks a lot better if you do that. So there's still stuff on the table here. There's still stuff on the table.
You know the way to a Red Raiders heart, and that's if we lose every game, but we beat the Longhorns.
I don't know about every game. I would not be happy about that, but that would make it better.
I have said that to myself, like, Sibby, if we lose every game but we beat UT, it's okay. It's worth it. I think I don't even know what happened. But yeah, hopefully we don't have to endure too much of the loss and the pain, where Texas Tech will face TCU after their bye week on November 2nd at 6 p.m. As we get towards the end of the schedule. But yeah, a lot of work to be done, but hats off to Jake Strong and coming up in
Yeah.
a really, really difficult situation. And really this whole team, the adversity continues to kick them down. So I'm really, it's not been easy. And I'm really hoping that their brains are being nice to themselves.
That's all I gotta do is it sucks. Life sucks. It's not been easy.
It is what it is.
Handing
Yeah.
to you. This team has to prove that they can just go and take it anyway. And I think when they make that mental step to be like, okay, things aren't going our way this year. F it. We're going to go and take it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that's missing on this team, in my opinion, a bit. Obviously, the injuries hurt talent-wise, but there's also a little bit of that, and they're very capable. And then we'll see. That's what it's a good time for a bye week. So get it right.
That's right. Let's do it. Yeah, a lot of talent on the team. So looking forward to seeing them when they get back against GCO. But yeah, lots of sports. We got through the thick of it, y'all. I mean, if you're still here, we've gotten through a lot together and lots to celebrate, lots to
we just wrapped up
to
a
mourn.
whole season of soccer, regular season. Whoa.
We have soccer ending and then hoops coming up. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, follow us, especially on Twitter. Twitter is off the charts right now. Really helps us a lot. And continue to show up in the way that y'all have. I love seeing the stories of people being like, I'm going to the game, or I'm turning
messages.
on.
Those actually mean a lot to us, so we appreciate when y'all point that out, because we do. This is not a full-time job. We this is a passion project. We put work into it when we can, because these teams deserve it, and it's fun to cover them, but it is time, and so it's like, okay, good, it's working. The return on investment, as Sibby likes to say, is there. Like when someone says that, you're like, okay, this is worth it. Like when one person tweets and says, thank y'all so much for being so passionate about the games, or someone last night said, thank you so much for the tweets early in the game. I forgot the game was happening. I was able to turn it on and see Ashley's goals live and then watch the rest of the game to watch the celebration.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That's why we do this. So
yeah,
we appreciated that when y'all let us know that stuff, because
and the players have talked about it. Yeah, the players have talked about it too, of like, we just wish more people knew that these things were happening. And so I think those are
we heard you. Hannah Anderson specifically said that in our interview.
Girl.
We hear you, Captain.
Let's go.
We hear you. Not that hand. We hear you. And we will take that, and we've done our best to let people know about them, but also every sport. And every season is going to be different. Every team's going to be different to cover. Obviously, soccer is a sports special season, but we're going to do it for every team we can.
That's right. So until next time, I think that's all I got. Shelby, you good?
I am good. Let's go. Let's go,
Let's
Red
go,
Raiders.
everybody.
Get ready. Austinites, go to Round Rock on Monday, 2 p.m. Be there.
Do it.
We'll hang out. We'll get a dub.
Let's go to Tech Soccer.
Get soccer, or be at basketball on Saturday, noon, USA. All right, we're out.
Wreck 'em, y'all.